here to celebrate the career of Sir Andy Murray, one of the greatest British tennis players to ever live. His career just drew to a close, and we wanted to celebrate his achievements and explore why his impact on the sport might be underestimated. Murray's career wasn't just about the victories. It was a tale of grit, tenacity, and most of all, perseverance. He dealt with the pressures of a nation, countless injuries, major surgeries, and a hip that could have ended most careers. But just like Shakira, his hips couldn't lie either. He kept coming back, driven by sheer will.
On court, he could be petulant and sullen, yelling up at his team in his box when things weren't going right. His game was scrappy and relentless, but he was also capable of sublime moments of brilliance. But off the court, he was thoughtful and outspoken. Murray became a voice for equality, one of the few male players who passionately advocated for equal pay and fair treatment of women in tennis. He even hired former Grand Slam champion Amelie Mauresmo as his coach, breaking barriers and challenging norms in a male-dominated sport. But his advocacy didn't stop there. He spoke out on issues of social justice, LGBTQ rights, and even donated his prize money to support Ukrainian war efforts in 2022. He earned the ATP Tour's Arthur Ashe Humanitarian Award twice, in 2014 and 2022. He became a statesman for the sport, respected not just for his achievements on the court, but for his integrity and commitment off of it.
From his humble beginnings in Dunblane, Scotland, to becoming a global superstar, Murray never forgot where he came from. His fans loved him, not just for his victories, but for his humanity. His battles with injuries, especially his hip, were nothing short of legendary. Against all odds, Murray returned to court after hip resurfacing surgery, a procedure no top tennis player had ever come back from. But he did, and in true Murray fashion, he fought on and defied expectations.
His career spanned an era dominated by the three greatest men's players in tennis history, Novak Djokovic, Rafael Nadal, and Roger Federer. But Murray was no mere footnote. He was the only one who could consistently challenge them, often pushing them to their limits. Despite being the fourth member of that elite group, Murray's resilience, his endurance, and his tactical brilliance set him apart.
And let's not forget his unparalleled ability to come back from the brink. Murray won an astounding 25 5-set matches in his career, a testament to his endurance and his indomitable spirit. He holds the record from coming back from 2 sets down to win in 5 sets, having done it an astonishing 11 times.
I mean, who could forget the 2023 Australian Open? At age 35, with a metal hip, Murray clawed his way back from 2 sets down in a grueling 5-hour, 45-minute match against Thanasi Kokkinakis. It was the longest match of his career, ended at 4:05 in the morning, and it was pure vintage Murray. Afterwards, he said, quote, "All I can say is that I have a big heart," end quote. And that heart, that fight, is what endeared him to fans around the world.
But to understand the significance of Murray's accomplishments, you also need to understand the state of British tennis when Murray entered the scene. There had been good players in the years prior to Murray's emergence on the ATP Tour, such as Tim Henman and Greg Rusedski, but no British man had won a slam since 1936.
A British woman hadn't won a slam since Virginia Wade had won Wimbledon in 1977. As for the Davis Cup, an international team competition, that was something that Great Britain hadn't won since 1936 either.
To say people in Britain were starving for a champion is an understatement. They hoped Murray would become one. He lost his first 4 slam finals, and there was some questioning he'd ever break through and win one. But then Murray would start taking those long winless droughts and ending them one by one.
The first sign that he was really close came in 2012 when he made the final at Wimbledon, becoming the first British man to reach the final there since Bunny Austin in 1938, but he lost in 4 sets to Federer. However, he returned to Wimbledon only a few weeks later to compete in the London Summer Olympics. He partnered Laura Robson in the mixed doubles, and they walked away with silver medals. But in singles, he won, losing only 7 games against Federer in the final. He became the first British man to win an Olympic gold medal in tennis since 1908.
Wait, this man won medals at his home Olympics?
2 medals in the same day. They played the mixed doubles final after suitable rest following the singles final.
Wow, fantastic performance by Andy Murray. But Murray wasn't done. At the US Open a few weeks later, Murray won his first Grand Slam, ending a 76-year wait for a British male champion. He was also the first Scot to win a major since 1896.
But he will be forever revered in the UK as the man who ended Britain's 77-year wait for a Wimbledon champion. When Murray lifted the Wimbledon trophy in 2013, the nation erupted. It was more than just a victory. It was a moment etched in British sporting history. With that win, Murray became a hero to millions. He He didn't make them wait long for another Wimbledon title either, winning the championships again 3 years later.
As for the aforementioned Davis Cup, Murray helped end that drought too. In 2015, he went on a legendary run. His 8-0 singles record that year made him the third man to win every singles rubber he played, and he added 3 doubles victories with his brother Jamie, as Great Britain defeated Belgium to win the Davis Cup for the first time in 79 years.
At the end of 2016, Queen Elizabeth II bestowed a knighthood on Murray for services to tennis and charity. Because of his busy schedule on the tennis tour, he didn't actually receive it until May 2019, when he was officially knighted by Prince Charles. It was a fitting recognition of a career that brought tennis glory back to Great Britain.
But Murray's career wasn't without its struggles. Osteoarthritis in his hip threatened to end his career prematurely. After a series of surgeries and grueling rehabilitation, Murray announced his intention to retire in 2019. But in true Murray fashion, he wasn't ready to give up. A risky hip resurfacing surgery gave him a second chance, and against all odds, he returned to the court just 7 months later.
The fact that the tennis star is even competing after a hip replacement is a medical marvel, reported the Sunday Times. And yet, Murray's return wasn't just about his physical recovery. It was about his determination, his refusal to be defeated, 2 characteristics that had defined his career.
Sir Andy Murray, a man of the people, a champion, a fighter to the very end. His journey wasn't just about winning titles, but about inspiring a generation, leaving a legacy that would be remembered for years to come.
After confirming his impending retirement at Roland Garros this year, Murray said, "There is no perfect ending in most scenarios. I'd like to go out with winning a match or winning a tournament, but it doesn't really happen that way for most players." And he didn't get a Hollywood-style fairy tale ending at the Paris Olympics, but it was one that can only be described as being quintessentially Andy Murray. Playing doubles with Dan Evans, they saved 7 match points in their first 2 matches, including 5 consecutive match points during a match tiebreak in the first round.
The celebrations that followed made you think that they had just won gold, but their run ended in the quarterfinals, defeated by American duo Taylor Fritz and Tommy Paul.
Murray walked off the court at Roland Garros for the final time as a professional player, ending a career that saw him top the ATP Tour rankings, win 3 slams, and make history by becoming the first player to win 2 consecutive Olympic gold medals in singles.
And that's game, set, match on Andy Murray's career. His impact on tennis goes far beyond his titles and his trophies. He's inspired a generation of players and fans, and his legacy will live on for years to come.
If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to like and subscribe for more. And don't forget to share your favorite Andy Murray moments in the comments below.
Thank you so much for watching. Until next time.